contribution of the Rajputs. The Rajput administration and the economic system was like the feudal system of the Europeans. That is, instead of paying the officers in cash, king used to pay in the form of the land. Okay, and for the administrative convenience, the king had divided his kingdom into various provinces, and that is called as Jagir, and it was looked after by the Jagirs. And most of these officers who are in charge of these Jagirs were generally from the relatives, that is the relatives of the king. Okay, and this Jagir is further been divided into villages, and village was looked after by the panchayat. That means they were ruled by the panchayat. Even these panchayats were also getting the salary in the form of a land only. Okay, in theory, the ruler was the master of the land in the kingdom, but in practice, land was held by the feudal chiefs, who was required to pay the king annual income. That is, every year certain amount they have to give to the king in the form of a tax. Okay, and these chiefs have to pay the annual income and also render the king a military services whenever the king asked their services. Apart from that, these feudal chiefs are supposed to render, that means their duty was to look after the life and the prosperity of the people. Okay, this is about their administrative system. About the social life, Rajputs have become a legendary figures in the history of India for their bravery, courage and patriotism. And there are many stories also about their braverism, that is heroism. They had a great passion for war but never attacked on an unarmed enemies. Okay, and they also say that they used to honor the women and sacrifice their life for the sake of the country. Okay, women also enjoyed a respectable position in the society, and they were also getting the education, and they were also brave, and in order to respect their themselves, in order to escape dishonor from the enemies, they say that they used to perform a jauhar. Jauhar means a mass sacrifice. Okay, and these women were very loyal to their family and also to their country. Okay, and the coming to the society, the caste system was very rigid. Okay, and coming to their economic condition, agriculture was their main occupation, and they exported silk, cotton, spices and precious stones and other things to the Arab countries. And in return, they were importing the horses from the Arabs. And these Rajputs also had a trade relation with the other foreign countries, that is with the East Asian countries and the Chinese also. Okay, that's about the social and economic condition. Now coming to their literature. Okay, the Rajput rulers encouraged even the literature and the education. Okay, and education was mostly a formal kind, and it was provided in the temples and the monasteries. Noted universities that were existed during those time were Nalanda, Vikramashila and Ujjaini. And they also say that these three educational centers were receiving the support from the Rajput rulers. Okay, and most of the books in those days were written in the Sanskrit language, and the books were in the form of biographies, and most of these biographies were written in the praise of the kings. And some of the noted literary works of this period are Bilhana's Vikramanka Deva Charita and Kalhana's Rajatarangini. Okay, and most of the books contains the story of the Krishna's pranks, that is his mischievous act, and also his love for Radha. Okay, most of the themes of the literary works of those days. Among the famous works of those days are Jayadeva's Gita Govinda and his Katha Sarita Sagara. That is a collection of stories which is very popular even today in the Bengal region. And it was during this time many regional languages have very well developed. Okay, and noted literary works of this period are Bharavi is a Kiratarjanaya, and this Prithviraj Raso's written by Chand Bhartai, and Mahendra Pala's Kavya Mimamsas, and dramas like Rajashekara's Bala Ramayana and Karpura Manjari were the important works that were written during this time. Okay, and Rajashekara's, that is Prithviraj Raso, okay, written by Chand Bardai. Okay, this is also a biography of Prithviraj Chauhan. In this book, it is a epic poem where it tells us that he is the court poet, and also it tells us the information that when he was defeated, that is when Prithviraj was defeated in the second battle of Tharain, and he was taken to Ghazni, even Prithviraj also had accompanied and helped Prithviraj to kill Muhammad Ghazni. So this book, Prithviraj Raso, is a source of information to the social and the clan structure of the Kshatriya communities of the North India. Okay. Let us know about their religion. The Rajputs were champions of Hinduism. They worshipped many god and goddesses, that is Krishna and Rama, the incarnation of Vishnu. Many beautiful temples were also developed during this period, okay, about the Hindu gods and goddesses. And the Bhakti cult was spreading very fastly. Shankaracharya, you know, that a great scholar from the south, okay, who propagated the Advaita philosophy, okay, and he had started spreading his ideas throughout the country. Okay, that is about the religion. Okay, they were staunch Hindus, and many beautiful temples devoted to the Hindu god and goddesses were built during this time. Okay, now let us know about their architecture. The Rajput rulers were a great patron of art and architecture. Many beautiful palaces, forts, temples were constructed during this period. Okay, and the famous temples of this period is Kaju Rahu Temple. Okay, and this Kaju Rahu Temple, this is in central India. That is, most of the temples that were built here by the Chandelas. Okay, and it is also the most important and significant of the Indian art. Okay, and one of the they say that there were many Jain temples exist here, and the statues here are admired even to these days and attract even to the that is foreigners, the number of tourists who come from the foreign land also. And these temples are also had several images of the various deities, and these deities are the statues are mostly in the bronze and the stone. Okay, another important temple of this period is Sun Temple at Konark, which is 35 kilometers from Puri on the coastline of the Odisha. This is considered as one of the great, that is popular because of the appearance of it. They say that it is 30-meter high chariot with immense wheel and horses, all carved from the stone. Okay, and this is a temple dedicated to sun god. And the temple is also called as a Black Pagoda because its great tower appear to be black. Similar to this, you have one more temple, that is Jagannatha Temple in Puri, and it is also called as a White Pagoda. And both the temples remain as a major pilgrimage site for the Hindus, where the people gather here every year for the Mela in the month of February. At Mount Abu in Rajasthan, there is a group of Jain temples, of which Dilwara temple is the most famous. And they say it is one of the first Jain temple known world over for their extraordinary architecture and marvelous marble stone carving. And even some experts, they consider it architectural superior to the Taj Mahal. The temple interior, it is said that it is well known for their extraordinary work of human craftsmanship. And this Dilwara temple, it is a popular Jain pilgrimage also. Okay, and it is said that the ministers of the Solanki rulers of Gujarat had constructed all these temples during the 11th and 12th century. Okay, and the Rajput rulers also constructed strong forts, that is at Ranthambore, Jodhpur, Gwalior, Chittor, and actually these fort acts as a defense in order to fight against the invaders. Okay, and they also built many palaces, that is in Udaipur, Gwalior, and Jaipur. And very popular among that, you all know that it is Hawa Mahal. Hawa Mahal in Jaipur is built by Raja Jai Singh, and they say that their architecture is well known. That means consists of decorative marble and with a mirror and small paintings. And these palaces were known for their architectural of the glorious past of the state. Along this architecture, these Rajputs were also popularly known for their paintings. And they say that there were two types of paintings, that is Rajasthani and the Pahari. There are two types of the two schools of painting, that is Rajasthani and the Pahari. That Rajasthani school painting consists of themes like Krishna Leela, then court scenes, and the scenes of hunting. Most of the painting you could see these ideas. Okay, and in the Pahari painting, there you could see the influence of the Bhakti movement, and also even the devotional love of Radha Krishna, and scenes from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata were depicted in the Pahari type of painting.